Hi there. I'm Floyd, and this is my loyal companion Boris. We are harmless travelers and try to avoid trouble. I'm in the area to hunt, fish, and gather herbs. Oh, I'm not alone. My friend Boris accompanies me. I'm just a restless soul wandering from place to place like the wind. Oh, I had women. One of them I loved. She passed long ago. Now my wife is the wilderness. There is nothing more beautiful than the endless expanse. Yes, I've modified it over the years, and Kenny's helped me improve it. I get bored quickly if I stay in the same place for too long. So, this truck allows me to be on the move. I can also drive and that brings me rich hunt yield, and my peace as well. The only problem... I want to go north to the Great Salt Lake very soon. I can take you. I have to sell my hunting outcome there and get my truck maintained. From there, you can join a caravan to Vig. Then hurry. It's a true German Shepherd. Maybe you're... Well, I'm not sure myself, but I bought him from some dog breeder ranch near Denver when he was still a pup. It is certainly one of the rarest animals of the post-war world. I even returned to Denver a few years back to mix him with one of the dogs. There were only ruins and bones. No idea what happened. Just in time. Could you help me quickly to get everything ready? Then we'll be on. So here we are, Mickey's Motors. I hope it was pleasant to travel with me. I, for my part, enjoyed the company. The people here are tough dogs, but you'll find everything you need here. There are free beds, cheap rock gut, and most often they fry a Brahmin on the fire. There is also a dock to patch you together, and the mechanic, Kenny, can repair your weapon or vehicle like nobody else. I think I'll stay a little until Kenny brings my truck back into shape. After that, I don't know yet. Perhaps I'll go to the west. Maybe I'll try my luck in the northern wasteland of New Canaan. But there are still many whitelegs around as I...
What do you want from... Now, why don't you... This right here is a place of the living dead. More corpses. Well, because they pay well for being patched together. And don't ask stupid questions like you. I don't have time to care for your scratches. If
I wear red because I like the challenge to be a permanent target.
Hey there. What can old... Mr. Bowie uncovered a huge bounty for a villain named Hinky Pete. Supposed to be over 600... But don't you think this is easy cap? New Canaan was attacked and destroyed by the one. The 80s are causing more and more problems in the area. It's sad. The Legion's been peaceful lately. Just let the NCR and Legion pass. I've heard the Burnt Man is back. He was seen in Zion. Rumor has it that the poison clouds from the Salt Lake City ruins. In the middle of the Salt Lake is supposed to be an uncanny island, which houses terrible... The damn mole rats multiply faster than we can kill them. I think Mickey would be glad... I've got no idea. Have you already searched... The Great Salt Lake has become an important hub during the recent conquest of the North. Out here is mostly no man's land with some communities in between. To the southeast, the rail trucker and us, a loose network of places, which have joined together in the Salt Lake trading. The rail network was repaired with our cold sweat, and is the only safe route to pass the Boneville Flats, so-called the endless salt desert between us and Wendover. 100 miles across the... I built this place here, something like 30 years ago. Mickey, Kenny, LeChuck and I. It all started in the south, at the reservation. Mickey was commander of the elite guard of Will. Today he calls himself only Mickey, after his conflict with Clark. After leaving the reservation, we roamed around for a while, plundering pre-war ruins and drained the junk. Many of the old cities are still radioactive, proper ghost towns. For normal people like you, they're absolute death zones. Nobody dares to go there. For Mickey and we ghouls are immune to radiation and the fells leave us alone. Oftentimes we could plunder the ghost towns. The villages and tribes snatch the stuff out of our hands, and we soon... But we needed a place to hoard all our plunder, and where we could... This is how Mickey's Modus was born. This canyon seemed perfect to us, secured in 3 directions. Nowadays Mickey is too lazy for scavenging. Only the ruins south of Toxicton are the reservation, formerly known as the Nuclear Testing Facility of Los Alamos. Top secret, full of... During the war, the surrounding area was hit by several bombs and irradiated. In the underground complex of the facility there lived and worked over 1,500. Many of them survived the direct nuclear attack, but only 40 of them survived. One of these 40 was Dr. William Clark, a high-ranking... 10 years of waiting passed before Dr. Clark turned his back on the facility. Almost a year later, he returned. Nobody but him of the original 12 survived ghouls, whom he had met on his journey, and who wanted to escape. He called us ghouls the children of the wasteland, and he wanted to give us a new home. Some say he was already mad at that time, but I believe that came... Do you want... Very well. Under the leadership of Dr. William Clark, Los Alamos was a true gold mine that allowed us to... Dr. William Clark was extremely paranoid, and was always afraid of a military strike from the... But our greatest protection was the radiation, which lay over... So the years went by and the reservation grew. There was even a trading... Dr. William Clark, however, became increasingly strange. While many... He wanted to defeat our infertility in order to form a completely new breed from us ghouls. The children of the wasteland would at last take their legacy and destroy the smoothies. For his cruel experiments, he had female slaves caught to use as hosts. These poor... Nobody can say how many poor creatures found their death deep down in the forbidden 3rd level. A ghoul was born, and he named his creation Belle. In spite of her terrible origin, she was a truly magical being. Some of the doubters believed again, and that the ghouls sanctified. But the success rate was low. 3 more ghoul children could be created, but they had imperfect. Above all, the price. The price was just... There were probably still slaves slaughtered and tortured down there in the... He used to be called Colonel Green. He was the commander of the elite guard of the reservation. He, so to speak, established the elite force there. Before Mickey and Kenny came to us, we were a bunch of... No one was really trained in combat. Sure, we had Mickey and Kenny join later. Just 2. Mickey took over the command of the guard team rather quickly. So it started with Colonel Mickey Green. No one really... One thing is for certain. He protects his friends, but you'd better ask him yourself. He doesn't like it when someone talks too much about... Mickey's a tough bastard, but not a monster. He still shares many views with Clark. For Clark, smoothies were nothing more than animals. Establish the ghouls in the world and loathe the smoothies. That's one thing. Mickey didn't forget that we were once smoothies too. He didn't deny... Mickey couldn't accept Clark's methods anymore. He convinced... He could have overthrown Clark and become the ruler of the reservation. I, his brother Kenny, his closest friend Joseph, and some more ghouls followed him. What do you want? This union of towns and communities was created about 8 to 9 years ago. More and more travelers and caravans took the route past the Legion to move on to New Canaan, or other places. However, with the growing population, the attacks from raiders and tribes increased as Mickey, Mr. Bowie, Wendover, New Canaan, Twin Falls, and the Waste Trek. He wanted to repair the old railway line across the Great Salt Desert. But not only trains would use the trails, but he also wanted to move trucks over the tracks. As you can imagine, everyone thought the guy was crazy, but all had underestimated it. Day and night he worked on his plan, and one day the first rail truck was finished. This was the birth of the salt. We began to mend the rails, from Mickey's Motors to Wendover and Bowietown. Right now we're working on the railway to Twin. The rails can be used to get down to the NCR in Vegas, but the rail trucks only operate. All our troubles paid off in the end. From then on, we were able to trade goods and manpower. Within hours, we were the focal points. Rail trucker patrols were able... The raiders and tribes were hopeless for years. The Salt Lake Trading Union spotted everyone with personnel, weapons, water, and goods. Until recently, it all worked wonders. But now it seems the destruction of New Canaan has severely affected our alliance. Oh, there you have a great choice. Until recently, the Salt Lake area was the territory of the White Legs. Primitive natives, but very aggressive. North of Salt Lake begins no man's land. Wide areas of the unknown. There are, however, isolated settlements. If you go further north, then the real unknown begins. We know but there are efforts to open up the north. Many caravans and fortune seekers break to the south and southeast is Caesar's territory. If you want to... In the east you will find the ruins of Salt Lake City. It's now called Toxicton because of the mysterious toxic clouds and strange creatures. Not even us ghouls go there. It's a strange and haunted place. The poisonous fumes and the rain. Then there is the trade route to New Vegas along the mountains. There, the 80s are... The biggest threats are really the 80s and the White Legs, of course. Both tribes have trained fighters and... This could be related to all these rumors about the burned man having been seen in Zion. Maybe the White Legs went down there to chase... As you can see, there are many pleasant areas, but we don't depend on the instinct. Nobody knows. These clouds began to spread many years. No one has returned alive or with sanity. There was perhaps only one man who could have told the secrets hidden in the Salt Lake City ruins. Bishop Mordecai. Several years ago, Mordecai left New Canaan with almost half the population. They moved south, towards New Jerusalem. They were not successful. Mordecai and a handful of followers returned to New Canaan and have never spoken about what happened. However, it was obvious to everyone that they were the only survivors of that ill-fated expedition. They must have... Now those people are all dead, slaughtered by White Legs. I tell you, my friend, avoid that place. Little is known about the north. The areas beyond Twin Falls are largely under... It's likely that there are many wild tribes and beasts. The city ruins probably swarm. But perhaps there is also the land of milk and honey. And this is the reason why nobody ever speaks. I guess you'll have to find out yourself. But you'd better not go unprepared. And don't... We mainly sell weapons, ammunition, and gear. We find them looting pre-war cities. Many of the cities, of course, Kenny's workshop is also an important source of income. Many travelers take the long journey to us. Above all, what we need is water. There's no water source nearby, so we often send our water. The waters of the large salt lake are salted and poisonous. There's no way you could clean or drink that. So the fresh water from Twin Falls is extremely important for the whole region, once the railway from Wendover to Twin Falls is completed. For now, we still have to take the mountain trail. Oh, there's really not much.
Hey there. You're better off asking. I was born west of here in Wendover. My father was a rancher, and we had a small... One day, when I was young, our farm was attacked by some white... I thought I was going to be forced to marry one of those animals, but on the way back to their camp, they ran into one of Mickey's convoys. Joseph and his crew killed the whole gang of White Legs. Since then... No, we're not together like that. But... Yes, sometimes. It all happened so many years ago, but of course I miss them. Not so much different than among other humans. Among schools, there are as many good and as many bad ones as you'll find anywhere. But being a ghoul is a cruel fate, and He takes care of me, keeps the bad guys away from me, and brings me nice things. Clothing. Joseph is so sweet. He looks so gross on the outside, but he has a sad world, if women already think. Hey there. That's what I'm...
What do you want? You're dull. Just a smoothies like you. You want... Get. What do you want?
Good day. Can you not see I guard this gate? I also... But to put it more precisely, I take care that the slaves don't... Huh? I used to live in Gecko, but since the NCR has it, I had to get away from it. So I joined some traders as a kid. This is not a stupid hat. I took this protective helmet from the dead. Well, after I... What?
A few days ago, I saw a three-eyed raven.
I wear red because I like the challenge to be a permanent target.
Hi there. After you've paid.
What do you want? About time someone wanted to pick... Well, maybe you can get by with a stick, but it could take some time, because there's quite a lot. For a few weeks now, these mole rats have annoyed us. They sleep on the tracks, bother the trade. Nothing that would really burden us, but it annoys us. We make regular hunts through the ravine. You often see them creeping into the cracks before we catch them. There must be... I want to see all those... Excellent. I expect... Fine. As dear Uncle Sam, the old chatter... The old daughter is damn right. But honest, my parents were vault dwellers from Vault 53. Let me tell you, nothing worked. It needed repairs constantly. As vaults go, we got a damn cripple, that's for sure. But a real technician. I couldn't make heads or tails of most of the stuff. Left it at... Our parents couldn't handle the stress of the vault and passed away. That was a really stupid plan. The vault lay in the middle of the remnants of Phoenix, completely bombed. After that we roamed around for a while, stayed a while here and there, but very few places welcomed us ghouls. But Kenny and I were a good team. He could build something valuable from any junk. You could say he was responsible for the technical problem. Eventually the nomadic life became quite tiresome, and we heard of a place called the reservation, so we headed there. Uncle Sam can tell you the end of the... Why? This really doesn't have... What do you want? She isn't for sale. What do you want? Bye.
Mickey says I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
Good day. Yeah. Chief mechanic. Yes. Well, a couple of the guys helped me, of course. Oh, no. Do not worry. Sure, that thing could imagine it would fail on the way. Or even worse. Yes, that's absolutely right. Sometimes I even provide cars free of charge, if I get the missing parts to fix them. A customer without a vehicle generates no income for me, besides a broken gun repair now and then. But a customer... See, for example, this amazing highwayman before my shack. Very nice. When we get the car running, you can have it, as long as you always maintenance it here. You'll have to sign a maintenance contract for that. Learn a couple of the others. Awesome. I need a fuel cell. Perhaps one of the scrap cars still has an intact engine. I haven't looked yet, because without the fuel... Yeah, Mickey and I were formerly Vault 12. That was Vault 53. And there, nothing really worked. I quickly realized, at 3 years, I read Dean's Electronics for the first time. With 7 years, I became part of the Alpha repair team. For some time, nothing really ran without me. I got the whole store. But let me tell you one thing. The damage in this vault had a system. I can assure you of that. One day, our parents died. I don't know why. Well, I had enough anyway. That was a fight against windmills down there. That's how it all started back.
Hi there.
Hey there.
What do you want?
What do you want? Are you kidding me? Rat? I'm only interested in one thing. Excellent work. Of course your effort shouldn't be for nothing, but I don't want to pay you in caps. It's very valuable, and will serve you well in future jobs. You could, of course, just...
Hey there.
What do you want?
Awesome. I get to work. What do you want?
Good day, traveler. I came here with my husband, but he only found death. Only his body reached Bowie Town. My little store covers the needs of everyday life. Yes, at the moment. A caravan shotgun including 24 cartridges. As supplies, I have caravan food and 2 liters of clean...
I have the most crispy iguanas in... I recommend a whole iguana on a... Butters and his 2 friends Tommy and Travis work for me. These 3 know the best spot. Sometimes they're on the road for several days. Don't ask me where they're going, but if you want to visit them, their camp is in...
Do you have a few spare caps? Thank you, lady. Well, if you're good with a gun, look up. You can also try it at the Waste Trek Company, but you won't get in. Mr. Bowie is always looking for special. It's a bit surprising since he is a real miser. He's easy to anger if you behave not according to his ideas. Well, if you have the necessary caps, you can enjoy Madame Jennings' House of Delights. But it's a very exclusive club, and below 1,000 caps runs nothing. Perla you could find over there at Cooper's. She knows her business, but Cooper's is also the only bar in town. But be careful with Cooper. The guy has some on the scoreboard. Depends on what you need. You can get almost every... For a small purse, I would recommend the general store. For guns, you have to go to the arms shop of the company. If you want to give your spirits a boost, look at top. Just go over to share and sleep. If this is too expensive, behind the general store you may find a rotten mattress. Yo. You want to know something about me? I grew up in the NCR, over there in Old Shady Sands. Being a farmer, no, that was nothing for us. Some years ago, I guess Amos Cooper, this rat, took all me caps from playing. However, I didn't want to let it sit on me. No way. Cooper took me except for... It took me nearly 10 years of my life to scratch the caps I owe Mr. Bowie. Mud and his 2 boys have disappeared for quite a while. This old bastard always had a... After all, he left his well-going business. About 3 months ago, they suddenly came back after a long absence. I'd like to get into their house and look around. I'm glad already if I can hold my bottle properly. A bobby pin wouldn't even...
You wanna fly? Takahasi, believe me, I've everything. Yeah, most of it, but not everything. A lot is from... Hey, maybe you can help. Great. You know, my wheat dealer has bitten the dust. That's a fucking disaster. Okay, not a big one. Just not directly. I want to grow the dope myself. He used something special to fertilize them. But, and now I'm looking for him. His name was something like Makokosu. Great, bring me the seed. My little lab at my breeding station. Down there, I raise all the results where well, I don't care actually. You better use.
Oh my god. And you Oh, excusez-moi? I really don't understand. Rutger says it would suit me to become a singer in Vegas. Oh, how uninhibited you are, honey. Rutger is my dear sugar baby. I could tell you that this is a wonderful little town with great people.
How may I help? I look after the hotel. Sure, you meet a lot of people.
Hello. I'm Angela Boat. If he's not in the house, he'll be in his office on the upper... Why you want to know? You are very curious. You mean because he's so successful and influential? We finally live in a Hicksville. Here everyone knows everyone and the people here don't give much on prestige. My mother died at my birth. He founded the city together with Mr. Danton. At the time there was... My father recognized a good location in the village ruins, and made the best of it. Many people talked badly about him, and considered him to be an exploiter and a miser. But to tell you the... Pretty boring. Most people don't have enough caps to make a deposit, or... That's why I spend most of my time waiting. Most customers have dubious credit applications that I must reject, because it's obvious that they would run away with the caps or squander... My biggest challenge is to assess the credibility of... Do you see the robots?
Move along, please.
Yes. Yes. And why do you think... Very well then. I'm on the lookout for some special revolver. More specifically, I'm looking for a Ranger Sequoia and a Midnight Star.
along, please.